Hello, and welcome to another day of Living with Spina Bifida. Today, I thought I would talk to you a little bit about National Wheelchair Sports Camp. Now, I am hoping that I get this video out in enough time that people are able to attend this year's camp. And if not, maybe you can plan a little bit better if you need some more time to attend 2017's camp. Now I will start by talking a little bit about the camp from my personal experience, because I have been going to this camp since I was about 13 years old, and I am now 30, so you can do the math of how very long I have been attending this wheelchair camp. It is in Stewartville, Minnesota. So for me, it's a little bit easier to get to than most people. Since I have started going to now, this camp has grown tremendously in so many ways, in so many good ways. When I started going, there was maybe 15, 20 people that attended the camp. But last year, we had hundreds of people attending this camp, and they come from all over the world, literally the world. People from Africa have been to this camp, people from Mexico, people from almost every state in the United States have gone to this camp. And it has gone from either sleeping under the small lodge where we gather and eat in a basement area with cots and bunk beds and, basic camping necessities. And or if you were older, you slept in legit cabins in the woods. But now they have an actual, what they call a lodge, a miracle lodge, and they consider it a hotel because really it is basically a hotel. It holds, there's about 20 some rooms, and it can hold hundreds of people. This camp has grown. It's getting really big, really popular, and it's just great. It just shows you what good things are being done in the disability community. I personally would like to think that this camp has some to do with who I am as a person today. I started this camp out as a low self-esteem, self-harming, self-destroying teenage punk. I've grown into this adult 30-year-old woman who has a husband and a child, and I now have a job, and I have quite a bit more self-confidence. I am willing to put myself out there more. I'm willing to try new things. I'm willing to get out of my comfort zone a lot more. And as the years go by, it just improves even more of myself. And I would like to think that not just the camp, but the people from the camp have a lot to do with me changing myself. I'm happier, I'm healthier. My life has just changed dramatically from when I started going to this camp. And I personally don't use my wheelchair that often. As I've said before, I use it for long distances or if I'm just having a bad pain day. But this camp is on acres of land. It is in the woods. They do have a lot of land, but the whole place is wheelchair accessible. Because the guy who runs it, the guy who made it, he's been in a wheelchair for over 30 years. So, of course, he's going to make the place wheelchair friendly. But I use my wheelchair all week at the camp because there's just a lot of space. So I kind of need it to get from place to place. There's all kinds of limitations and abilities that go to this camp. You don't have to necessarily be in your wheelchair full time to attend this camp. There's people that use canes, there's people that use walkers, there's people that use their wheelchair sometimes, and there's other times they use crutches. There's people that can only use their mouth to run their wheelchairs. There's people that use just their hand to run their motorized wheelchair. There's quadriplegics that push themselves. There's paraplegics. And then, like I said, there's walkers with various help. So there's really no limitation as to who can go. And there's all ages that can go too. You have been going since you were
1 year old.
1 year old. And now you are
6-year-old.
6-year-old. And by the time you get to camp, you'll be 7.
Yep.
And you've been going to camp since before you could walk.
Yeah.
And you have so many friends there.
Like Lily and Chet.
Yeah.
And Chet's friends.
Yeah. And you are an able-bodied person, and they are in wheelchairs. But that doesn't stop your friendship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And I still use a wheelchair.
Yes. One of your friends gave you a wheelchair to use, and you do have a wheelchair in our home. You can feel
The power.
a little bit more included in the week. Because it's kind of the opposite at wheelchair camp. Normally, someone like me would be an outsider to the rest of the world when we're not at camp. But, oddly enough, someone like Seth is kind of an outsider at camp, right?
Yeah.
Because you're different at camp.
I don't really need my wheelchair.
Right. But everyone is accepting of everyone, right?
Yeah.
We're all friends at camp. And the camp is held at Ironwood Springs Christian Ranch. And there is a lot of religion based around the camp. They pray before meals. They have a church, and they do Sunday church. But there is no forced religion there. Every religion is welcome, and it's just come as you are, do as you please. And if you are of Christian religion, or maybe you're looking for faith, maybe you can find some new faith there. Maybe you will find some more strength in that area with the help of people there.
There's lots of people to help you.
That's right. There are lots of able-bodied people there for help throughout the week, and they do have registered nurses there for medication handouts if you need help with your medication, if you can't administer it yourself for some reason. Meditate. They're there for help if you have an accident, if you get injured, if you need an ice pack or a Band-Aid or something. But they are not there to be your personal care attendant for the week. You have to bring your own person for that if you need that kind of care throughout the week. If you need personal care, if you can't help yourself. So now I've talked a little bit about my personal views on the camp. We'll get down to the logistics of the camp, and I will tell you a little bit better information about it. The camp is in Stewartville, Minnesota. And I will leave links in the description, information in the description, addresses, and all that. And you can always Google it if you need to. It's in Stewartville, Minnesota, at Ironwood Springs Christian Ranch. The camp will run from June 11th to June 16th, 2016. The camp actually started in 1986, so I was 1 year old. Wasn't attending camp quite yet. The National Wheelchair Sports Camp gives physically challenged people of all ages, children to senior citizens, an opportunity to participate in sports of all kinds in a supportive environment. No one gets left behind. No one gets pressured to do anything, but everyone is encouraged to try new things and to make new memories and to maybe find a new hobby that you like. Individuals are amazed with what they can accomplish. You never know what you can do until you try. Sometimes you can accomplish so many more things than you ever thought possible. In addition, they are given the unique opportunity to be mentored by Paralympic athletes. So we have all different kinds of limitations and abilities, from the very, very, very limited to Paralympic athletes. And they are not there to show off. They are not there to beat you in a game. They are not there to show off how amazing and awesome they are. They are mainly there to have fun, to inspire you, and to encourage you. Overall, individuals are encouraged, given hope, and reminded of love and your purpose for your life. To kick off the camp, they always have a Wheels and Heels of Fire 10K race. Wheels and Heels meaning any mode of transportation can be used in this race. Whether you use your feet, your wheelchair, your racing wheelchair, rollerblades, a bike, a scooter, a skateboard, whatever you want to use in this race is acceptable. So that will start at the Pizza Ranch in Stewartville, and it will end at the Miracle Lodge, the big hotel I was talking about earlier. And the race begins June 11th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a $10 donation, meaning you're not pressured to pay for this race, but the money that you do donate goes to the camp. So now we will talk about the difficult part of registering for camp, is getting there and paying for it. But like I said, people from all over the world come to this camp. Maybe you need a little bit more time to plan plane tickets, train tickets, or just driving here. Newcomers to the camp, if this is your first time, a lot of times if you can't pay for the registration and the transportation of getting to camp, they have a lot of sponsors that could help you out with your registration payment. And all you have to do is contact them and tell them your story. And your registration fee might be waived. You can register for camp online, and again, I will leave all the information down below. This year, for one camper, it is $300. And if you need to bring a personal care attendant, or like myself, I bring my son, that is an extra $200. So for each extra person that you bring, it's another $200. So for me and Seth, $500. But obviously, I've been going to this camp for so very long, and it just keeps growing and growing tremendously each year. It's becoming to the point where they have to turn away people because they just run out of room. So obviously, the price is well worth it for this amazing experience of wheelchair camp. And like I said, if you just can't find the money for it, there's always a way to get you to camp. No one is turned away from camp because of their inability to pay for registration. All you have to do is talk to someone, and they will help you. So we've talked about the price, and we've talked about getting there. So what is included in this price? Well, from the morning that you start camp to the morning that you end camp, breakfast, lunch, and supper are all provided. They're all from scratch, home cooked kind of meals, and sometimes they will have catered meals from certain restaurants around the area. All the food is delicious. I never leave the dining hall on an empty stomach. I never leave it on an unhappy stomach. It's always delicious. Your lodging is included in the cost, and I talked about a little bit of the Miracle Lodge or their hotel, and some people still end up staying in the cabins, and that's just like camping and just roughing it. Unless you are family, boys have to stay with boys, girls have to stay with girls. And you will get a National Wheelchair Sports Camp t-shirt. They do have a snack shack that has chips and pops and ice creams and snacks, but those are not included in the cost. Those are your own money that you have to use. And they also have a gift shop that has books and t-shirts and trinkets and all sorts of goodies, but that is also not included in the cost. Throughout the week, they have various speeches, talks, demonstrations from different sports teams, different medical equipment places. Mayo Clinic will come and talk. Certain people will come and talk about personal care, emergency type situations, and what to do in those situations. Sometimes they have fun little things that, like, people that have various talents and whatnot will come and show off their talents. They always have board games, outdoor games, horseshoes, a game called carpet ball, cornhole, if that's what you call it. Apparently that's what it's called, cornhole. Beanbag toss that you can use at your leisure throughout the week. They have books that you can take a look at. They have an outdoor swimming pool that you can use throughout the week when there's free time. They do have a schedule that you will get at the beginning of the week, because it won't be camp without a schedule. You need to plan things when there's so many people. But there are set things all throughout the day, but there's never any pressure to show up. If you need a rest, if you need a break, if you just don't want to attend. But there is free time throughout the days that you can take a nap or explore. They have an animal farm. There's lots of animals all around. Swim. Basically do whatever you want during free time. It is your free time. The highlights of the week are LARPing, or live action role playing. Softball. They play that quite often. That's kind of like a night ender kind of thing. A wheelchair pull contest. If you've ever seen a tractor pull, it's like that, but with wheelchairs. Horseback riding. The Wild Wave, where you have some wheelchairs on one end of a metal plank, some wheelchairs on the other end, and you try to balance it in the middle. And then one day out of the week, they take everyone to a lake, and we have a lake day, and you can swim, you can do wheelchair water skiing, canoeing, kayaking, fishing, and they grill out for lunch. In the pool back at camp, they'll have scuba diving, and it's just in a swimming pool, but if you've never breathed underwater, it's quite the experience. Bowling, you'll take a trip to Stewartville to the bowling alley and go bowling. Paintball, road racing if you have a racing chair or if you just like to go fast in your everyday chair. Tennis, they have a zip line that is wheelchair friendly. Anyone from quads to paras to anyone can use the zip line. Basketball, and so much more. You never know what's going to be happening at camp. So, to sum things up, I really hope I can see some new faces at camp this year, or if not possible, maybe next year. And it's just a great place to go if you're feeling unsure about yourself, feeling unsure about what you want to do with your life, what kind of things you enjoy, if you just need some new company, if you want to make some new friends, if you just want to be inspired in some way or another, camp is the place to be. And I know the biggest thing that will probably scare people is the price, but obviously I'm not going to mention something if it's not well worth it. And this camp is definitely worth a try. And I will be leaving you with some videos and pictures from previous years that I have attended camp. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you are inspired. I hope this helps you, or even if you don't feel this is right for you, share it with anyone and everyone that you can as much as possible, and hopefully we can get some new faces to change their lives.
Help me, please.
Help! Oh, that's so nice.
Your head hit me. He hit me in the nose with his head. His head's very powerful. Oh, jeez. Help me! Oh, with your foot? Okay.
Tires on our high pressure sporting tires. This fat old guy from North Dakota that he drove this up, and I played tennis before I was injured. And I didn't beat him on my athletic ability, I beat him on my service.
Go ahead on. Watch your body a little bit this way. You need to go faster.
Huh?
You need to go faster.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting my steam done at that speed.
On the tubes.
It does pull your arms pretty good.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm afraid of.
Right. But you don't have to have it do that, is the thing. Just ride.
Yeah, that's what threw you off there. You got back in the
Pat, you know what? You look like Tom Cruise. Good job. I get that all the time. I've been trying to figure it out all week. I just realized.
Everybody looks like someone.
Everybody looks
Everybody, you know, all the good looking
His
people
wife
look
looks
like
like
me.
another
I don't look like
You didn't have to worry about your balance. Look at that. Now we can swing you around. Okay? How's that feel? Kind of hard to your legs.
That one's down.
They said the bell comes out so when you get the bell. Yeah. No, it should be. So you only hit the top.
Yeah.
Is he licking you? No. Man, you smell good.
Oh, relaxed. He's just sitting there so good. She's like, I miss one.
Yeah.
Oh, no big deal.
so cute.
See the bunny? He likes your glasses, apparently.
Oh, it's trying to bite him. No.
Be careful, little bunny. So funny. Go back with your friends. Girls will take good care of you.
We'll see you at the finish line.
No, what, is the whole team on? Okay, we're going to start the timer at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer's going. You got to balance it for 10 seconds.
One guy in the middle. One guy
Pull
in the
that
middle.
back a little bit there.
Hold right there. Hold right there. Now, lean it. Get it. Keep that weight up. One more round. What happened?
You're gonna laugh those guys pretty soon.
There's one couple that's not in there right
Want to look at a tennis ball?
Mommy, perhaps? Some of these things are so...
So they will come all the way over here.
Look, there's Mommy.
Ian, you gotta have your mask on if you're down there.
Bring your back hand all the way to your chin.
Red one, red.
Good try. Good swing.
Ride that bike, it'll really help. That is fun.
We've got this down.
That's your shopping cart.
It's like...
Everybody do the shopping cart.
on a horsey, huh?
There's a clear winner, and they aren't doing it.
Who's in the lead?
Now they are. What?
Who's in the lead of teams?
Last night I think.
He might have the most. Meister's getting him up there. You're getting him up there, Meister.
Always bland. Where?
There, go, go, go. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Go, yes. Go. On top of them. They got two.
Wow, this is. Hey. Okay.
Oh my god, car. Oh, we're going? Someone's gonna tow me. Oh. I can sing it. Wait, let me see this. Who's out there?
It's gonna make a tag.
I don't know how to do it.
Ta-da! There's a tag.
There's a tag. That's close enough to a tag.
Bow tie.
Bow tie?
I can start you right at the surface here, checking it all out. Oh, it's about to go right to that. Yep. Hey, Luke. So we'll get to that. You just look at your nice glasses. You're looking sharp. Your pressure change will drive up with the guard. Same thing. More extreme than that blood.
What?
Here we go. Ready? Let's go. Go for it, Kathy. Come on. Come on, Kathy. You can do it. Come on. Come on, Kathy. Come on. There you go. Come on. Dig deep, Kathy. Dig. Dig the girl. Come on. You can do it. You can do it, Kathy. You can do it. Come on. Keep going. Come on, Brandon. Come on. Keep on working. Turn it on, boy.
Say yes. Say yes.
You came to camp? Was it after you came to camp for your very first time?
All right, thank you.
Nope.
Hey, Seth, wait.
Hey! Who's driving your boat?
Oh, I will. I'm in a canoe. Or kayak.
You are?
Hmm? And forks overnight. Ready? Set.
2, 1, go.
I don't think you can hold that long, man. More than 10 seconds. Oh, see, yeah, yeah.
It's just settling.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's all right. It's all right.
Bye.